Alright, I'm back. And I am ready for this shave. We got Cheeseburger Picnic, it says. Funny label choice there. Cheeseburger Picnic. This one's from Burley Oak. You can see their logo right there. And then it looks like we got an IPA at 7.4% and not much else info is given to us. So I'll show you that there. And let's crack it open and see what the heck this tastes like. Oh, that was crispy, huh? Has a blue cap as well, and don't see that very often. It kind of has this strange, bright top character. It's not it's not easy to describe. It's like a citrus, but maybe a citrus I'm not familiar with. I'm gonna take another swig. Yeah, it's a strange, bright, like citrus top. It's not easily identifiable to me, but it tastes good. It's somewhat, for being 7%, it's somewhat light-bodied. It has like just a little bit of fruitiness going on, as well as a little bit of bitterness, which is totally welcome. Pretty good beer. Not bad. Not a bad IPA at all. All right, continuing with the Halloween theme, we're going to be using Barbershop De Los Muertos. And this one here, of course, is like a Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos inspired shave soap. This one was a collaboration with a bunch of foos, but it's a Murphy McNeil product now. The original was a Oleo Soapworks offering, but then they discontinued it and Murphy and McNeil got the go-ahead to start it back up. So you can see it's kind of a glossy label. You might be able to see my reflection in it. Has a nice side label as well. You can see Murphy and McNeil. Chicano designed the artwork. This is John Perry right here, just a member of the community. Barbershop De Los Muertos or BDLM right there. No details whatsoever as far as ingredients and all of that, but it is 4 ounces of the Kodiak base. Excuse me. Or as I like to call it, the collapsed veins base, which I think after the soap kind of gets to curing a little bit further, the collapsed veins are a little bit harder to capture. But rest assured, when you get a fresh puck of Kodiak, you'll be able to see the collapsed veins and know what I'm talking about. It's kind of a cool futuristic of Kodiak. All right. I have this already lathered up in my Thirsty Badger lather bowl. I'll show that off first. I got it right there with the nice ridges in the bottom. Black, red, and white. And then we got the logo right there. Some cool detailing on the bottom and on the inside, if you could see past the lather. Then I'm going to be using the good old Turn and Shave Custom here. And this is the Emerald over Gold Flake. And so they just poured Gold Flake into a clear bottom. And there is actually Emerald that's kind of like running through the middle of the shaft. But there's so much Gold Flake, it's kind of hard to see. But very classy brush for sure. And then this is the V4 tip knot, Badger knot on top. So this is the like super ultra gelled tip knot that came out like last year. Anyhow, I think we're gonna throw some menthol in the shave today. So we're gonna be using the good old bougie chill mill, the Menth dealer, or as I like to call it as well, the chiller and the pillar. And so you can see the little menthol crystals inside of the window there. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take the bowl, and it's just a pump action like that. It's, more or less a salt shaker, salt grinder, pepper grinder. And we're just going to absolutely Just make it rain. Make it rain. Want to have a nice, enjoyable menthol shave today. And so if you want one of these, if you're interested in one of these, I just bought it off Amazon, and I'll put the link below in the description of the video. And I'll put the salt and pepper grinder link, and as well as the organic menthol crystals link, because that's where I got it, and it's been working great for me. And I know a few guys have also picked it up for themselves, and they seem to be enjoying it as well. So if you're interested, the links will be in the description of this video. And I might as well say that while you're in there looking at the links, I'm going to have a link for my Murphy and McNeil referral code or affiliate link, whatever it's called. Just in case you want to make any purchases at Murphy and McNeil, you can use that affiliate link if you desire. And I don't really know if it does anything for you, but it helps me out. It gives me a small kickback, like a small commission. And I think it kind of scales depending on the size of your purchase. But, you know, I've got a few for like 60 cents, 80 cents so far. So I appreciate it. It's better than nothing. You know what I mean? I'm making the video anyways. And if you're going to be purchasing something anyways, it's kind of, you know, it's, I don't want to say it's mutually beneficial, but it helps me out, and I would appreciate it. And if not, well, no big deal. Because I buy all my own shit for the most part anyways, other than stuff that, you know, gets sent to me by friends or the the occasional artisan that wants to send me something. But it is what it is. No big deal either way. But let's get back to the shave. So like I mentioned, this is the Kodiak Bare Tallow soap base. Wonderful, wonderful soap base. I absolutely love this. I wanted to load a little bit heavy today because this V4 tip knot is a lather eater. It's kind of a very difficult brush in general. The tips are so soft that it's kind of hard to lather with it, or to build a lather. Even when I bloomed it to soften up the soap. And then it eats lather, so I tried to load heavy, and I don't know, it's kind of a pain. Really, I wouldn't be heartbroken if I'd, you know, parted ways with this knot. It just doesn't do it for me. Sure, I enjoy the soft tips, but you don't need to gel things nearly this much in order to have soft tips. As a matter of fact, you don't need to gel at all to have soft tips, you know, if we're being honest. But I guess the gel tips do have a certain, you know, feel of their own, certain characteristics that's enjoyable, and I enjoy them too. I have many different gel tip brushes, but you just don't need to gel it this much on this V4 tip knot. It's not to my liking. All right, we're going back to the Colibri razor from Homelike Shaving, and this one here was sent to me by JB Broman, friend of the channel. Became a personal friend of mine just through interaction and being very generous. So JB, shout out to you, brother. This is the 1.3 blade gap. Let's see if we can show it right here. 1.3. Fuck. Come on, work with me. There we go. 1.3, and then some Russian. I don't want to say Russian letters because they're not Russian letters, but something in Russian. And then, of course, you can see there, it is a open comb. So, and lots of overhang on the blade tabs. So if you're one of those guys that's like, oh, blade tabs, you know, that's not going to be very to your liking. You know, I didn't always have the beard. I did always have the mustache, though. So I've never shaved under the mustache. Under the nose, I should say. But I didn't always have the beard, so I would be shaving next to, my ears and all that. I've never once cut myself with the blade tabs, and I have never once even had like a scare where like I touched my ear and I was like, oh fuck, never once. I think if you're cutting yourself with your blade tabs, you kind of gotta kick yourself in the ass for that one. I really don't think it's an issue, but that's just me. That's just me. If you don't like it, steer clear of this one, but it doesn't even cross my mind when I, buy a razor, do the blade tab stick out. It doesn't even cross my mind. I could care less. As a matter of fact, I see it as an advantage to getting the blade out of the razor. So that's just my 2 cents on that. Got to be careful right here. I have like 2 blemishes that I would rather not, bring back into the game here. I just rather just leave them alone if I can. I shaved over them, so the razor's definitely smooth, but there's a fair bit of blade feel. Like, I'm not gonna deny that. It's just on this one, even though it's a 1.3 blade gap, it's not very menacing. Like, it doesn't feel threatening or uncomfortable. It's still a smooth shaving experience. It just has a fair bit of blade feel, so just something to be aware of. I think the last time I used this one was when I had quite a few drinks and I cut myself to bits. I was probably using way too much pressure, and on top of having like acne and all that, but it didn't look good. But I've used it multiple times, and it is an enjoyable razor, that's for sure. All right, guys, let's go ahead and lather up. Talk a little bit about the soap instead of just ranting and ranting. So, Barbershop De Los Muertos is an inspired cologne dupe scent inspired by Amouage's Jubilation 25 man. And this one is a very, it kind of has like this rich ambiance to it. It's a masculine, gentlemanly type fragrance. This is one that I would definitely want to be like dressed up, going somewhere like with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? The scent notes are cistus labdanum, coriander orange, davana, frankincense blackberry. All those are on top. The mid notes of honey, bay, cinnamon, orchid, rose. Can't really detect the rose in my opinion, so it's not bothersome to me. Rose, clove, celery seed, and guaiac. And then on the base we got patchouli, opoponax, which I don't know what the hell that is, myrrh, atlas cedarwood, musk, moss, ambergris, oudwood, and immortelle. So if you're wondering what I'm looking at my notes just off the screen. And then we got some more good looking lather right there. So as you can tell with all those scent notes, it's a quite complex scent. To me, it leans just a little bit warm. Like I said, very classy. It does lean masculine. Like, I don't think I would enjoy this on a woman. I don't think it's very unisex to me. It definitely has a masculine vibe, but it's like someone that means business, you know what I mean? It's it has like a gentlemanly, like, suit, tie, very, very professional, and serious. It's confident, that sort of deal. It's a great scent. So far, every Amouage dupe that I've came across, I have really liked them. I think I would be, you know, a big fan of the House of Amouage if I actually had the money to throw down. Very nice. Alright, let's get this lather off the fingertips there. I'm a big fan of the Kodiak soap base. It's just, it hits all the marks for me. Alright. Thankfully, the Colibri has some good grip. The knurling on this razor is pretty pronounced. There we go. Alright, so we do have a nice bit of chill going on. It's kind of nice to get back to my Menth dealer, my bougie chill mill, because, you know, after experimenting with Hendrix Classics & Co. Mentholator, it kind of, sometimes it's a little bit frustrating, you know, when a product underperforms. And so the ease of use that comes with the bougie chill mill, it kind of trumps the mentholator. You just crank a few, you know, cranks of menthol, swirl it into your lather. You could either do it before or after the lather's made. I would probably recommend doing it after the lather's made, just because real menthol is known to be a bit of a lather killer. And so if I were you, I would do it after the lather's like made and it's at, you know, peak volume and it looks good and all that jazz. Just so that you give yourself a little fighting chance. Another thing is I don't really find that the organic menthol crystals that I bought give off enough scent to interfere with the shave soap. So that's a good thing. And this one isn't like bold and banging. Probably just a medium 5 out of 10. But the menthol in no way, shape, or form is affecting the scent on this one. Like, it's not even detectable. And so that's kind of like a plus for a lot of people. Because some people don't enjoy the scent of menthol. And sometimes menthol, you know, can actually just ruin a scent if it's super prominent. Alright. I see we did get ourselves right here a little weeper, I think. But other than that, we did pretty damn good. Definitely not the bloodbath that it was on the first go around when I had a nice hefty buzz going. So definitely a lot more enjoyable shave this time around. Very comfy. Alright, we got the Lancaster Razorworks towel. Let's go ahead and wipe me down. And then we'll get into some post-shave here. Murphy McNeil has some of the best aftershave bottles in the game, and you'll see in just a second. They are, I mean, by far the best aftershave bottles in the game. Some people have, you know, like special edition stuff, and they might go a little bit crazy on their special edition aftershave bottles. But for like standard regular release purposes, Murphy and McNeil's bottles are the best. Period. Alright. I think we got the majority of it out. The rest of it we'll get off camera. So, take a look at this. Frosted glass, kind of square, very classy. It does kind of have a badass element to it, you know. And then we got kind of like this faux leather wrapped around the cap. Very, very nice. This one here Yeah, this is the non-mentholated version. You can see the ingredients there. Again, the shiny waterproof label makes it to where you can see my reflection. I love these aftershave bottles. And they didn't skimp on a restrictor. They have a very nice restrictor in the top there. So it restricts the perfect amount. Like, it doesn't stop anything from coming out. Oh man. And that is that's quite a bit more stout in scent strength than the shave soap. This is wonderful, man. If I had the matching cologne and I was going into my job asking for a raise, this would be the one. Like, slam your briefcase down on the table. Hey, listen, I'm not getting paid what I deserve. You better figure it out, or figure out how to get by without me, because I'm fucking out of here. Alright, that was a good one. So, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you're interested in anything. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.